welcome to another BAC training video. This one is for the under 11s and we're going to focus on our ABCs. So that's our agility, balance and coordination, and hopefully we'll try and have some fun along the way. Now we're going to show you different ways of working on your ABCs, but because your ABCs are something that you're using all the time when you're doing your athletics and in everyday life, you can come up with your own ideas as well. So watch what we've done, have a go, and then you can be as creative as you like. So to start with, remember to always warm up before you start anything. Right, so as you can see in our garden, we've not used a massive area because obviously some of you won't have lots of space. If you've got more space, then great, you can use more. You can see that we've set out 2 markers and we've got 2 cones there and there. We've also put pebbles by them, so again you can use whatever you've got at home to mark out your area that you're going to use. What we're going to do is some fun shuttle runs, so just make sure your markers are obviously opposite each other in a relatively straight line, because you're going to be moving backwards and forwards between the 2 markers. Right, so fingers crossed, Richard and I are going to show you some different ways of doing shuttle runs. So let's start with the easy ones. So first of all, I'll go first then. So first of all, you can just run there and back between your 2 markers, okay? So all you're going to do is run backwards and forwards between your 2 markers, okay? And you can do that as many times as you like. That's nice and simple, that one. Remember back to the training video we did about running and using your arms. So before you start, always think about your starting position and always think about how you're going to use your arms. Okay, still running, what we can do, you can run backwards between the 2 markers. So, literally going to run backwards, one way, backwards the other way, and again. Okay, so you have to really think about that, making sure you're still being obviously careful when you're doing it. So that's some easy running ones that you can do. You can also mix it up and you could run forwards one way, run backwards another way. You could sidestep between them every now and then as well. Okay, so just try and mix it up as much as you can. Right, so this time I think Richard can show you what to do. So another thing you can do is hop between the 2 markers. Now whilst you're doing all these different shuttle runs, think about the agility, balance and coordination, and when you're using each one, you'll be surprised probably to realise that you use all 3 in nearly everything that you do during this session. Okay, so your agility, sort of how quickly you're moving, how effectively you're moving. Balance, are you in control of what you're doing? You know, or you're a bit floppy or you're all over the place. And coordination, can you move your body in the correct order that needs to be moved? Okay, so this time Richard's going to do some hops. He's going to start on the leg he prefers to start with. And again, nice big hops, not tiny ones. So let's have a look at Rich doing those. Okay. He can come back on his leg that he prefers not to hop on. Excellent. And again, you can do that as many times backwards and forwards as often as you want. Okay, make those hops nice and big, nice and strong. Okay, then you can put your 2 feet together and you can do some jumping across. And what we want to see here is not tiny little hops like this, okay? We're doing nice big frog hops across the garden. So you're coming down nice and low Okay, and then you're hopping up with your arms and landing nice and gently. That's not how you do it, Richard. He's being naughty today. Right, let's show them properly. Okay, a bit lower. Okay, so he's going to come back, crouching even lower. Good. And that's a really good one where you have to think about your balance, especially so that you don't lose control, especially on the landing. Okay, brilliant. So let's start to get even more creative this time. I'll demonstrate the next one. So if you have a look at what I'm doing, my palms of my hands are going to be out behind me in this position, and my feet will be flat on the floor. Okay? Like this. You're going to lift your bottom up and really clench it up. Really use your stomach muscles to keep that up, and then you're going to look upwards into the sky. Okay, then you're going to move backwards to the other marker, trying to keep the arms nice and straight, bending them when you need to, keeping that bottom up. Okay, and then what you can do, keeping that position, you can come back, going forwards like so. That's quite a tricky one. Okay, Richard's going to show you the next one. So we're going to reverse that movement. So this time your back and your bottom is going to be up facing the sky. Okay, and you're going to move across the floor. So same arm, same leg. Okay, set back the other way the same. Okay, so again, just a bit of a fun way to move between those two markers. And I bet if you get your thinking caps on, you can come up with so many different ideas as to how you can move backwards and forwards, but still using those all-important ABCs. If you come up with any new ideas, then please share your photos and your videos so we can see what you're all up to. So make sure you go out and have some fun with that, okay? Okay, so after you've done your shuttle runs, we can move on to a fun game that's been around for years and years and years and years. And that game is good old-fashioned hopscotch. So it's something that we all used to play in the playground, and we used to go outside and chalk out the squares and the numbers on the pavement outside our houses. So what I've done here in our patio, again, not a massive area of space, and because Richard's only just cleaned the patio, we've not done loads and loads of chalking on it, but what I've done, I've used different squares and I've marked tiny little numbers in the different squares. So when you're marking it out, again, you can be as inventive as you want. It doesn't have to be hop, 2 steps, hop, 2 steps. You can do hop, hop, 2 steps, hop. It's entirely up to you how you do it. But just one really, really important thing, if you are going to mark outside in your garden, just make sure you check with the adult at home first before you start chalking everywhere. Another way you can do it, if you have a big sheet of paper, you could draw it out and lay it indoors, or you could lay it out in the garden and just use something like bricks or pebbles or tins of food out of the cupboard to hold down the corners. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can mark out hopscotch. Okay, so if I just show you a demonstration with hopscotch, how we've marked ours out, and again, this is going to be incorporating all your ABCs that you need to do, your agility, your balance and your coordination. So this is how we've marked ours out. So you're going to hop, okay? So obviously I use the same foot there to hop each time, but you can mix which foot you're hopping on up. So let's give that a go. So you can hop, step, bit of a challenge, all you need to do is get something like a little pebble or a dice maybe, something like that. And how we used to play it is you used to stand behind your first square and you used to throw your pebble. Oh, let me try that again. That wasn't very good. And obviously the further you throw it, then the more you've got to hopscotch. So that's gone on to number 4. So that time I would just go like that. Okay? Then you can balance. And I didn't do that very well, so let's try that again. So it landed on number 4. So you can hop, hop, and then balance. And whilst you're balancing, you can bend down and pick the pebble up, and you can throw it again. And that's gone towards number 8 that time. So then you can carry it on hopping. Okay? And that's a fun game that you can play with your family. Right, so something else you can do when we're looking at our ABCs is trying to balance. So obviously you need something to try and balance on. So again, try and be as inventive and creative as you can. And it depends how easy or hard you want to make it as to how you make the thing that you're going to balance on. And also, again, always check with the adult in your house to make sure you're allowed to do it and that someone's keeping an eye on you, because we want to make sure that you're all safe. So what we've done here is we've got a piece of wood that we're going to lay with that bit facing upwards, and then we've just put 2 bricks either side to give it a bit of support. So when you're going to test out your balance, you can use both legs. So what Amy's going to do to start with is show you how to start off testing your balance. So if you could have a go on that, Ames. So you just put 1 foot on and lift 1 foot off the ground. And then you can see how long you can balance for. Remember the tips that we've used at training and we've said to you. So try and focus on one spot, on a wall or on the floor, everything, and keep your body nice and compact and tight. Okay, thanks Amy. To make it harder, what you can do is you can bring your leg up like this and try and balance like that whilst you're on your balance thing. Whoa! Okay, so that's obviously not as easy, so that's something to make it a little bit harder. So if we just look at that one again. And again, you can see how long you can balance for. If you need some help getting your balance before you start, then just ask someone that lives with you to come outside or in the house, and then they can balance on you like that, and you can get your balance. And then you can just, the person who's helping you can move away once you've got your balance. And that's a really, really good one to work on your balance technique. So good luck, guys. Okay, so let's think of something else that we can do whilst we're looking at our ABCs, our agility, balance and coordination. A bit like hopscotch, something that's really simple and it's something you can do every day is skipping. And again, you can be as creative as you want. All you need is a skipping rope or a piece of rope. So ask those adults at home again if there's anything that you can use, and just skip away. Like I said, see how long you can skip for, what type of skips you can do, can you skip backwards, and so on. Can you skip whilst moving? It is the most beneficial thing you can do to help with your athletics career. So, like I said, you can just do some simple skipping. You can skip with 2 feet. Okay, you can try skipping backwards. This might not end well. Okay, and you can just be as inventive as you want. And that is the most simple thing you can do to help with your athletics and to practice and make your ABCs even better. Okay, so to finish with for this ABC session, we're going to do a fun obstacle course. And as I've said all the way through, you can be as creative as you want when it comes to doing stuff. And for the obstacle course, course you can really let your imagination go wild. So what we've done, again, we haven't got loads of space, so we've chosen a few things that you can do in an obstacle course. Richard's going to demonstrate, so fingers crossed it goes okay. So to start with, he will balance on one leg, count it till he counts to 10, so roughly 10 seconds. Then we've got some hoops on the floor that he's going to jump from one to the other. He'll come over and he'll do 10 skips with the skipping rope. We've got a block of wood here that we've used, but again, just use whatever you can find, and he will do 10 speed bounces. When he gets to this hoop here, he'll bring it up his body like that, and then he'll bring it down again like that, and then he'll run round, he'll do a big jump over the cushions, and then he'll finish. And once you set your obstacle course up, you can do it as many times as you want. You can get all your people that are living with you involved and make it as much fun as you can. Right, Rich, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So, ready, go. And he did a cheeky little forward roll there to finish, which I actually think was a really good thing to do. So, create your obstacle course, go out and have some fun, and remember to let us know how you get on. Thanks, guys.